The opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the speakers and not of DoD or any of its components.
Take me to the countryside. Gotta get out of these city lights. Drinking my cup, got me feeling right.
Hey, what's up, everybody? So, welcome to the R Check. Let's do our maintenance. So, for this episode, you're stuck with me. I took the weekend to myself. I didn't have a guest over this weekend, and so it's just me for the R Check. I just wanted to take the weekend to myself. I didn't want to infringe upon anybody's liberties and ask them to come over. And so I got a few things that I want to talk about. This one might go a little bit long because I've been kind of stewing this weekend, thinking about some things, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So without further ado, let's do our maintenance. It's the R Check. So the first thing is that I hope that you had the opportunity to watch the Ocho Locos episode. So I've been calling senior chiefs E8s, crazy eights for a long time, right? Ever since I was a crazy eight. And so it felt very fitting and appropriate to do an Ochos Locos Crazy Eights podcast. And I'll tell you what, man, it was fantastic. Had some audio issues, but it's to be expected because I had 5 senior chiefs and then plus Diana Rogers. She's a Air Force EOD, senior master sergeant. You've probably seen her episode at this point, but so it felt appropriate to do that with them, and they were all sitting on my couch, and it was awesome, man. I mean, the conversation we had was really, really fantastic. So here's the thing, though, little inside baseball behind the scenes. So there's a deleted scene, if you will. So there's 45 minutes that I recorded that I when we push play again, like I forgot to turn on the audio recorder, and so that second 45 minutes can never be reclaimed, and you won't have a chance to see it. But man, it was pretty fantastic. But you know what, the first 55 minutes was badass too. So anyways, all right, so I hope you had a chance to watch the Ochos Locos. So the R Check, we're doing our maintenance. We're going to talk about something that, something or a variety of things that happened to me that I just kind of want to talk about, right? So last night I had the privilege, the opportunity to be a guest judge at Misawa Stars. Okay, so let's talk about Misawa Stars. I had heard about it since I've been here for 2 years. Misawa Stars. It's kind of like this American Idol thing that, that we do here on the base. And I didn't really, I've never actually been. I knew that it was a thing, but I never actually went and watched. And so then they asked me to be like a guest judge, and I was like, hell yeah, I'll do that. And you already know me, right? Like, I'm thinking like Simon Cowell, baby, let's do this. But at the same time, like, I know some of the people that are performing, so I didn't want to be a total asshole, right? But it was really fun, man. It was last night, and wide variety of performers and talent, and I guess what they were presenting to the crowd. I found myself being. It almost was like I was at a Sailor of the Quarterboard, and so it was like, at a Sailor of the Quarterboard, you don't give instant feedback. You go but then you talk about it after, and so like kind of you're the judge after they walk out of the room, and but in this instance, right, like, so they sing, and there was a lot of great talent, right? Don't get it wrong, and but I had the opportunity to give them like instant feedback, and I did give them instant feedback, right? Like people showing up, to sing in front of a couple hundred people, and like, I don't know, man, just not dressed to impress, right? And so that was some of the feedback and that I gave to them, but then also there was like this one girl that, holy cow, man, she sounded like legit. She sounded just like Amy Winehouse. I was like, oh man. So after it was done, we had an opportunity as judges to talk to the contestants, and I told her, I was like, you need to embrace that. You sound like you have the Amy Winehouse voice. Like, you need to embrace that. And so we'll see. I don't think they'll invite me back. Like, real talk. I don't think the crowd was not real happy with me. It was a real Simon Cowell kind of moment. Like, I would say something and the crowd would boo. I was like, oh man, this is my wheelhouse. Like, I enjoy this. It was super fun. So anyways, that was Misawa Stars. So here we are doing the art check, and I was talking to Frank Rice, who, by the way, is like actively recording his next production. He sent me a clip of one of his shots that he did today for the new short film that he's producing, and it was like some Michael Bay shit, right? I was like, oh man, seriously? Okay. Like, he's doing his thing. But anyway, I was talking to Frank about this thing, and I'll tell you, man, like, when I started the idea of doing The Rising Sun, I think anytime that you do something, you have this idea of what it should be and what it should look like and how it should be, and what the response will be, and then when it's not quite what you think it is, it's disappointing, right? Because I think, especially as a Master Chief, right, I want it to be right. I want it to be perfect. And what I've found in this kind of journey of podcasting is that it's not going to be perfect. Matter of fact, like, I screw shit up all the time, and I don't know, man. It's humbling. But also, it's made me think about, like, do I really want to do this? Do I want to keep going? Do I want to keep doing this? And so I was talking to Frank about it. He was like, no, dude. I was telling him, I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if I should keep going. Should I make it audio only? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of options, right? And he was like, no, dude, you got to keep going. Just keep going. And I was like, okay, all right. So I appreciated that insight and recommendation from Frank. At the end of the day, I'll give you by the numbers, right? I'll give you by the numbers. So we're almost to 500 plays across the platforms, audio, right? In like 3 months. I'll take that. And 75 subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, I'll take that. But so it's not about that, but like, you want to see like the results, you want to see like the fruits of your labor kind of thing. And then, by the way, man, like, I am on like basically no budget. And so I'm just getting after it, right? Like, talking into my iPhone, with a couple lights, and I did buy some microphones and stuff, which is good. But like, I envision it to be this thing, right, where there's multiple angles, and like, when I have guests on, especially, like, I want those episodes to, like, show who my guest is, and get the content, get the idea, get their message out without distraction. And sometimes there's a lot of distraction because either my audio video capability is not what it should be, or quite frankly, because I fuck shit up, right? I forget to turn on the audio, or what have you, right? So, anyways, that's a lot. There's a lot to say that I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to stop, like, because I enjoy it, right? I enjoy doing this. I'm not because of the feedback necessarily, but I know that it is reaching people, and so I'll keep going, man. And plus, it's kind of fun, right? So it's kind of weird talking into your phone, though, right? Like, I'm looking at the lens right now, and I hope that it's just reaching people. So, anyways, all right. So next topic that I actually wrote down, I want to talk about my boy Ty Giles, right? So Ty and I were, well, he was a senior chief, I was a chief. So he was ship's company on George Washington, and I was a chief in the squadron at the time, and so that's where I met him, right? And he worked for OG, right? OG Feaster, Navy career counselor. Anyway, so Ty and I got, we go way back, right? And then we were in Hawaii. Actually, we just missed each other in Hawaii. But I just want to talk about Ty real quick, right? So I love this dude. Like, this dude is one of my heroes. Like, I look up to him. He's getting after it, and I actually, he's one of the people that inspired me to like get after it with this podcast, because he's got his own brand. Healthy and Fly. Was a DDG CMC, and now he's going over to the maintenance side of the house to Swarmick there, around Jacksonville, and I'm also going to SRF, and so it's like, I don't know, man. Why am I talking about Ty? Because I fucking love the guy, right? Like, he's a good fucking dude. Oh, by the way, he's from Louisiana, and so am I, and I'll tell you what, man, like, I'm going back on leave here in the next, month or so. And I hope that we have the opportunity to link up and do a podcast. But regardless if we do the podcast or not, like, I just want to see the dude, man, because, like, it's good to see people that come from humble beginnings like I did, that are really like doing their thing, right? Like making their name in the world, like leaving a legacy kind of thing, right? And Ty's one of those guys, man. He's also doing 75 hard, which I have failed at, a lot of times. But talk about 75 hard. So 75 hard is this program for 75 days, right? So here are the rules. So 2 45-minute workouts. One of them has to be outside. You have to drink a gallon of water daily. You have to read a book, and audio books don't count, 10 pages daily. You have to no alcohol. You have to stick to a diet, right? No cheat meals. And then I forget what the last one is, but anyway, so 75 hard, right? It's a program that Andy Frisella, if you're not following him, Andy Frisella, he says some pretty wild shit, but I think that the majority of his message is good. But anyways, so 75 hard, right? So Ty is doing 75 hard. He's on day 28. I got to day 27 the first time I did it, and then I've started over so many times at this point. If you don't know, I live in Misawa, and I'm about to give you a lot of excuses. So the first time that I got to day 27, and the first time I stopped, it was like legit blizzard conditions, and I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm not going for a walk in this, and so start over, right? The other times that I haven't made it is because I didn't get both the workouts in, or I had a party, and so I have a couple drinks kind of thing. But anyway, so ties at day 28, man. I'm cheering for him. Like, come on, man, you can do this, right? And I'm on day 1 again. So, anyways, man, enough about that. So the last thing that I don't know that I thought about before I started this tonight was, man, so I'm unaccompanied here in Misawa. So my family's down in Yokosuka, and I just miss them more every day, man. Like, it's hard to be here by myself. Like, I just want to, like, come home from work and, like, you know, have those conversations over dinner, and like, how was your day? And I don't know, you know, tell me about you know, all the craziness that happened you know, during your day, or what teacher pissed you off, or how's your boyfriend. I don't know, man. Like, I really miss my family right about now, and but it's all good, right? Because it's May 1st, and here in about 3 weeks, I'm gonna head down south to Yokosuka. Millie graduates on the 26th of May, and then right after that, man, on June 1st, we're gonna fly out and we're gonna go to the States for 30 days and kind of make the victory lap with the high school graduate. I'm so excited, man. We're gonna be down in Texas. You know, go to the lake, go to mom's house to the lake, and you know, do the whole thing out there with jet skis and boats and you know, tubing behind the boat and like fishing and the whole thing, and then we're just gonna like go like road trip style. We're gonna go over to Baton Rouge and New Orleans and Winfield and then, you know, Houston and San Antonio and Austin, and then even up to Fort Worth to see Matt. So I don't know, man. I'm super stoked about that. I'm like counting the days, like literally. It almost feels like I'm underway, and I'm just counting down the days until I'm home, kind of thing. So, anyways, but yeah, I don't know, man. I miss them, and I'm ready to go back to the States to get a little bit of that American lifestyle in. Okay, so last thing, let's talk about McPine, right? So I've met Russ several times. I don't know him personally, but so McPine Smith absolutely cares, like, I don't know, man, like more than any person I may have ever met about the sailors in our Navy. And so to see kind of the whole like backlash that happened from his all hands call on George Washington was, I don't know, it was kind of disappointing. Probably like most of you, I woke up and I saw a bunch of memes. I was like, I think the ship my LPO says most of the things they put out are pretty funny, right? Like, I enjoy most of them. But in this case, I think they got it wrong. They got it wrong, man. They got it twisted. I read the full transcript of what was said, and it's got to be a hard position to be in, right? Like, you're standing in front of a group of really dissatisfied sailors. I mean, the yards always suck, but man, like they're having a hard go of it, right? And so to stand in front of those sailors and not just like tell them what they want to hear, right? Like, that's a hard job, and I think that's what Russ did. And you see the whole like lower your standards, like, stop it, fucking stop it. That's not what he said. What he said was, yeah, this sucks. This fucking sucks. I got it. But guess what? It's not the worst thing ever, right? And I don't know, man. Like, I agree with him 100%. And now, Could he have been a little more sensitive or empathetic? Yeah, probably, right? But that's not what we pay our Master Chiefs to do, right? We don't pay our Master Chiefs to say what people want to hear. That's not what we pay our Master Chiefs to do. It's not what we pay our Chiefs to do, right? It's not what we expect of them. And so, like, he was giving it to them real. And people don't want to hear that shit these days, man. And I think that's one of the problems that we have. So, anyways, bottom line is I totally, empathize with those sailors on George Washington. They've had a super rough go of it. But I thought it was really unfair. The way that his message was characterized. So, anyways, that's my take on that. Okay, I'll leave you with this, man. So, if you're watching this and you made it all the way to the end, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. Most of you are getting after it every day. You're making shit happen. And, I'm just blessed to be in this position where I have a voice that I can share with all of you. And I don't know, man. It's a good feeling. So, anyways. All right. We did our maintenance. That's the R check for tonight. Y'all have a good week. And I'm out.